Hey, kids.
This is a tasty burger.
From the eastbound 401, see the airport in the distance there. Eastbound 401 to northbound 410. 410 is known as Canada's most dangerous of the highways, the 400 series highways. Americans call them freeways. We call them highways because you'd almost have to be high to want to drive on one of these things. It's so dangerous. You can see all the trucks. Seems like there's nothing but trucks here. There's a van in front of me, so I tell a lie. But, we're here entering a very industrial part of Mississauga on the border with Brampton. Also, not a very nice place. Mississauga is either subdivision or subdivision. Americans call that tract housing. Okay, so subdivision. It's either subdivision or what you see here, industrial. Seems to be nothing in between. There's a few office towers in behind me. You might get a glimpse of that later as we're going the other way. But that's pretty much it for Mississauga. Big city. Not as big as Toronto, but certainly it's connected to Toronto, and Mississauga is home to the Toronto Pearson Airport, named after former Prime Minister Lester B. Pearson. But the airport is in Mississauga, not Toronto, which is strangely named, just like how the Toronto Premium Outlet Mall. See why it's so dangerous here. The truckers just don't care. The Toronto Premium Outlet Mall is in Milton, Ontario. Strange how that works, but I guess anything for a buck. So I'll shut up here so you can take in the sights and sounds of industrial Mississauga. Trucks are all turning from the second lane because there's a treacherous left turn ahead that they need to dive into, which is where I need to dive into too. And I say treacherous because you never get through it on one signal. You've always got to wait a couple of turns. But yeah, how's that for business? Turn signals are optional. Oh, there we go. East on Courtney Park. Courtney Park in Mississauga, heading east towards the airport, which is also in Mississauga. Lots of trucks to navigate around here. Lots of trucking hubs here, logistics hubs, a lot of those. Also a lot of corporate head offices here. this little area. Getting in and out of here during rush hour is a bit of a mess, but lots of businesses here, lots of jobs here. Things aren't what they used to be, but what I mean is there's a lot of for lease signs that used not to be so prevalent around here, but we're starting to see a lot of them now. However, still a lot of hustle and bustle here. Just this intersection here, Dixie Road, to the right, to your and my right, is that'll take us down to the 401. We'll get back on the highway down there. If I'm not mistaken, that is Canada's, or the world's for that matter, busiest highway exchange, so on-ramp, off-ramp, for truck traffic. Busiest in the world, I believe, but certainly Canada. We'll take a look at that, and you'll see what I mean once we get closer to there. Looks like the transport cops. Somebody pulled over here. Naughty, naughty. What did you do? What did you do? You can see that tall building there off in the distance. That is the part of the Air Canada cargo terminal. So if you send a package, it ends up in there. If it needs to clear customs, the customs officers are conveniently in the lobby. So you go, you pay your taxes. King Charles needs his taxes, you know, and you can get your package out. It's done in that building there. Lots of for lease signs, way more than I remember ever being in this area. Right, now we're entering the service road for the airport. It's going to look a little bit more airporty once we get closer. There's the air traffic control radar. Go a bit fast for that, but slow down. A few years ago, there's a valley, a ditch in here to the right, and there was I believe it was either Air Canada or an Air France flight. There's the valley there, that skidded off the runway and into that ditch over there. Lights are guiding to the runway, and the plane ended up in there. And you know, I always joke like nothing ever happens in Canada, you know. And the worst injury was someone sprained their ankle. On the south side of the airport now, parallel to this road to the right is the 401, and these would be the southern runways. I don't know what number. They're all numbered. I don't know what number those are. Somebody else would know. Inbound flight, Air Canada. Probably one of the worst airlines in the world, I would say. I haven't seen much worse. I've been everywhere. There's a couple of sayings regarding Air Canada that The Canadians can appreciate this. A couple of them. One is Air Canada. We're not satisfied until you're not satisfied. And another one is Air Canada. Don't like it? Eat shit. It's what happens when the airline is a government entity. Service means nothing. It's a Crown Corporation. It's owned by the Crown. I talked about that in a previous video. Who is the Crown? Who wears the Crown? To me, the answer is obvious. People in Canada still say, "Oh, no, it's just that's just symbolic. That's just symbolic." Yeah, where? Who owns the Crown lands, and what happens to you if you step foot on one of them? Go give it a try. Don't believe me. There's another radar tower. We'll turn around soon here. Coming up on a hangar. Sky Service. Mostly do like private jets. Police station. Okay. These poor cops, they station in the terminal and they do absolutely nothing all day. They must be bored out of their skulls. Oh, maybe they're really good at Tetris. I don't know. Hey, I got some time. Maybe we'll go all the way around the airport today. Flashing stop sign, in case you can't see the red and white standing out. You needed to flash. Just talking about the head offices. That's Bayer Pharmaceutical over there. There's the winter maintenance vehicles up on that hill. I'm not sure if you saw that. You may have seen the signs there for GTAA, the Greater Toronto Airport Authority. There's more than one airport here. Just give a quick look in here. You can see it's Terminal 1 straight ahead there. Security gate. I'm going to turn around here. De-icing station, gasoline, everything they need. Keep the runways clear in the winter. Summer's not a problem. Back entrance to, I guess it's the front entrance to Sky Service. I'll show you that in a second. A better look. Some of the airplanes here. Terminal 1. That's the international wing we're looking at, the closest to us here. Those are mostly overseas flights. Sky Service. Nice building. I remember their old hangar wasn't nearly as nice as this. It was old and run down. Sky Service, what they do is they get a lot of charter private jets and things come through here. There's one right there. And it's a great way to skip customs because typically they don't bother. Sports teams fly in and out of here. They don't mingle with the peasants. They pay their way. So they fly out of places like Sky Service, and you can imagine it's just one giant airport lounge on the inside. Drinks, food, and nobody bothers you. Plenty of toilets, plenty of seating. It's not your typical terminal. More GTAA stuff makes sense. bike path here. This is the valley where that... I'm inclined to say it was an Air France plane. That's where it ended up. So it says no stopping, but put a garbage can. Clearly someone does stop. Maybe that's for the bikes. I'm not sure. But there's no way I'm the only one that stopped here to catch a few planes fly by. Runway up there. This sign is confusing, considering that there's a bike path right here. I think I hear one. I think I do. It is. Air Canada.